450 race recap brought to you by our friends at Gutter Worx. Always well hung, just like Justin Barsha. Did you see that crash?
Yeah, ouch.
He tried to ride.
Did he?
I thought he rode first practice or first
yeah,
qualifying, didn't he?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I thought he was out there. Yeah, and then decided to sit out the rest of the day. I think he rode first qualifying, and then they pulled it. So, yeah, that was rough. That was a rough weekend. You've got Mookie goes out, free practice crash there.
Yeah, that was bad.
Because Webb chopped the wheel. AP was not 100%.
Like, that was the big headline at first, was that AP is injured. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Ando went down in that one. Then how about that wreck where Ando scorpioned himself there later in practice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that hurt. I should text John and be like, how's your boy feeling? Because that was rough.
Dude, that was gnarly.
Yeah. So, and then Barsha.
Chase went down right there, too.
No, Chase went down in the other sand section.
Oh, was it the other one?
Ando went down in the one towards the
clips.
end of the track there.
Oh, okay.
Like where they went out and around or whatever. And then Chase went down at the starting end of the drag strip there, up by the press box that Steve hates.
Dude,
so
that was wild.
That was a gnarly weekend for crashes there. And then Casey Cochran crashes too.
Yep.
But of course, then I hear in the interview with his manager that he was kind of still injured from other things, so probably shouldn't have been riding anyway, but whatever. Yep. It was a gnarly weekend. Gnarly weekend. So, all right, let's fire off with 450s here. So we talked a bit about this already. Jet goes 2-1. They're all screwed, man. They're all screwed.
Yeah, dude,
Jason Thomas said this, and I 100% agree with him. Jet, there was a lot happened there. If Jet came back and won this weekend, coming off of 66 days of recovery, and that thumb, they say it's okay. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We'll never actually know.
For sure.
But that's a short-ass period to get
very short.
Recovered. And he wins. And, I mean, that second moto, he followed Eli longer than I thought he would. But there was a point there where he kind of got back out of the roost, and he went, okay, I know where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And then when he wanted to, he did.
Yep.
And we've watched him do this before.
Yep.
I mean...
What else can he say? Like, he is from a different planet. It was
Lars said
insane.
he saw the spaceship come down and drop him off Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did hear that.
So, I don't know, man. That was wild. Gear was sick. Lit kit.
That was cool.
I want that bad. Need to order a set. But, but I mean, dude, this is just... I was kind of on the assumption with everybody else, like, if he came in, got a top 5 or a podium, good. But to win, and I knew everybody was in trouble when we got through that first free practice. When we got through that first that first qualifying, and on the last lap, he puts one in that's a second faster than Chase, I went, uh-oh. But I still had my concerns of, like, what are we going to look like 20 minutes in? And doing it twice. Because all it takes is he cases one thing, jams that thumb, and he's Cooper Webb, and oh my God, it's hurt again, you know?
You think that's why he wasn't doing the quad?
Maybe. That could be a big possibility.
I wondered that.
Because if he misses that, the problem is, it's like what he's got, it's like right in here, so if you land, and you know how it is when you case something and you stop fast, it jams your hands. That's a problem. So, but... it looked way too easy. I mean, it looked like he wasn't trying when he went around Tomac. It
really did.
It was just like, all right, cool, I'm going to go. I mean, bro, he wheelied by him in the rollers. Yeah. That was what he did. Yeah. It literally was like they thought he was setting him up for the sand section. He was going to go outside in and double those like he'd been doing.
I'm out.
And he was just like, nope. Just rode that rear wheel, mad skills style down those rollers, and see you later. Thanks for coming. Grandpa, Daddy's here. Don't worry about it. Here we go. So, no big deal. I'm here to tell you. And I know Eric was on the phone, and Eric was trying to pump his boy Chase up. And I love him for that. That's great. But I'm here to tell you, man, if Chase doesn't win any of these motos, which I doubt he will, to be honest with you.
I think he'll sneak one in somewhere.
I don't think so.
Really?
Nope. I don't think Chase wins a 1. I think there's a possibility Tomac wins some more, maybe 1 or 2 throughout the next 2 rounds. But that's just because I think Tomac is so freaking good on these hybrid tracks but if he doesn't do that, dude, all of my, I mean, I said this in my reaction show. Everything I talked about over the summer about like if Chase's summer looks the way it does because Jet isn't there, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
100% true.
Agreed.
And I'm sorry to say, and it's not a dig against Chase. Chase is great.
No, yeah.
It's just
I'm not a
Jet
Chase hater either.
No.
I'm just trying to be a realist about it.
Jet's just Jeterational.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Yep.
And this is the same thing. Like I said, all those dudes that came. I mean, ask Kevin Windham what it's like to race a generational talent in Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah.
And get second every single week, every single year.
Yep.
It sucks, but sorry, it's just the way it is. So, so any thoughts on Jet?
What else can you say? I mean, dude, he's unbelievable.
It's wild.
Coming back literally 2 months of recovery time, and you come out and it's like nothing happened. It's like it never happened.
How's your thumb? Thumb's good.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
Yeah.
So, Tomac goes 1-2. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that he won that first one. The start was really good.
Paddle tire.
And he's really good on these tracks like this.
That's true.
When he said he was excited, and I started thinking about it, and I went, yeah, he loves Daytona. What are we doing? We're essentially racing Daytona tracks minus whoop sections for 3 rounds. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm on the path that he'll be really good at all 3 of these. Does he beat Chase every round? I don't know. We'll see. It's questionable, but
it's a toss-up.
I mean, he beat him both motos yesterday.
I mean, this is true.
Handily.
This is true. Hunter looked pretty good.
We'll get to him in a
first. Okay.
We'll get to him in a second. Right, bro, we're going down the line. Let's chill out. Let's go down the order here. Sexton goes 4-3. Obviously had bike issues. We've all seen the videos and everything. Okay. But we had bike issues in Supercross too. It's not a good look, in my opinion, that the guys that beat you are the dudes coming off injuries.
For sure. That has to feel pretty shitty.
I literally got a text after first qualifying yesterday from a buddy of mine. Goes, well, Sexton's confidence just got buried. Yeah. And I went, yep. And I don't know.
I think that's a big deal with Chase.
I think he's pretty mentally strong because he just keeps beating his head against the wall. But I do think, and he'll probably hear this and never want to talk to me, I do think there is a bit of a mental block with him when Jet gets on that line.
I tend to agree with that, yeah.
And I'm not sure that it's necessary. I'm not sure that necessarily, I think it started last year. I don't think he had it before last year. But I think last year, when they raced in the summer, and Jet just spanked him every single fucking time, I think it started it. And then I think when we went to Supercross this year, and Jet beat him, and then won the title, and Chase couldn't get a win until the last round. I mean, I know he won in the mud. Okay, whatever. But couldn't beat him on a dry track till the last round when he was wrapping the title. It's not a good look for him, man.
Dude, it sucks. That's got to be super tough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what I would do.
He doesn't suck, let's be honest. Like,
no.
He's also amazing, but like you said, generational talent doesn't come along.
Kevin Windham was an amazing rider also.
Unbelievable.
And Chase has more titles than Kevin Windham does now. So
true.
So that's cool, but like I said, let me put it this way. I'll be highly surprised without Jet making some dumb mistake and wadding himself to see Chase beat him. Highly surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, Jet's good at these SMX things too.
He is.
He literally let Ken Roczen beat him last year.
I know.
Because he thought it would help get him the overall.
Baby gift.
Yeah, baby gift. My big brain wasn't working. I wanted somebody to ask him in the presser for it to be like, so are you going to give out baby gifts during SMX this year? But nobody did. That was a real sad thing. I should have been on that one. Been like, hey. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll make the bike better, but I have doubts about that too. I mean, especially with talking to Eric about how these bikes work on the hard packs. And I mean, I don't know if Texas is going to be hard pack or not, but even if it's normal Texas dirt,
so
it's still hot in Texas right now, right?
Yeah.
Let me go see here.
Sure does.
Let's see what the weather says for this weekend. Let's go here. This is great radio. Dallas, Texas. Let's see what it says here. This week, Saturday, 95 and sunny.
Oof.
Good luck, boys.
Ouch.
They said it was hot in North Carolina too, which I heard it wasn't like drastically hot, but it was really humid, is what I heard. And I don't know. I didn't look at the weather. 95 and sunny.
Yikes.
In Dallas this weekend, which means even if the dirt is normal Dallas dirt, there's no way that doesn't bake in. And it's an afternoon race, too.
Right. Yeah.
So it starts at 3, which is the hottest point of the day.
What do you think normal Dallas dirt is?
Well, you look at like AT&T Stadium when they ride or when they race there, Dallas Supercross, that dirt's pretty good. It's pretty soft, gets some really nice ruts. Everybody really likes it. So even if you got that, though, baking in the sun, there's no way that doesn't get hard.
Yeah, right.
I'll be interested to see. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for the...
Look, hearing about the heat, I'm not super sad. I am not going to any of these at this point.
That's true, too.
I mean, I am, but I'm not. Because like this weekend, being at a racetrack in 95-degree weather sounds terrible.
Agreed.
Hunter goes 3-6 for 4th.
He looked good.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little nervous after Ironman that we might fizzle a little bit here because we cooked ourselves. He was cooked.
Yeah.
He was cooked. And Lars openly admitted in the thing that he shot his load at Ironman and he was tired, which I went, ooh, it's not great. Yeah. But
well, that goes back to the thoughts or the people guessing that maybe there's some physical
health issues
things going on.
I'm not saying there's not still.
Yeah.
He's kind of he seems to me at this point to be a Ken Roczen type. There's underlying health issues a lot. Which again, I don't really fault any of these guys for that. Okay. We all know with Kenny there's a lot of shit that happens, and with knowing how these guys get trained, knowing what they go through, shit like that happens. I mean, we were talking before the show here. You know, I was talking about how I cooked myself on Wednesday last week in the shop, working all day, and like Thursday and Friday sucked. And I know what that's like.
Yep.
I get here Thursday morning and I'm like, I can't even open my eyes.
Can you imagine
tired.
doing that with your heart rate
as
high as theirs are? And
no, because I didn't do shit Thursday.
Right.
And what I mean by that is I didn't do any workouts. I didn't go jogging. Thursday's a cardio day for me. I jog like 3 miles in the morning. Didn't do that. Didn't ride my dirt bike. Didn't do anything Thursday. Said, fuck it. I'm over it. So, no, I can't imagine. This is a positive thing to see him go 3-6.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it. But,
I feel like he's pretty good at these hybrid style tracks too. Like,
yeah. The thing is, too, is like, okay, so he ends up 4th overall, but the 3 guys that beat him, like, I don't expect him to beat those 3 guys at all.
Not on a regular basis.
No.
He could be in the mix here and there, but definitely not on a regular basis.
Yep. Kenny goes 5-5 for 5th. Speaking of health issues, I listened to an interview with him with Lewis Phillips, and he said that the day after he announced that he was riding the Nationals, he started to feel the issues he has bubbling to the surface there with his fatigue issues and stuff. And he's like, shit, too late now. I'm committed. So he's been fighting with that.
I heard he had some blood work done. and that they
yeah.
sort of figured some things out. But how do you sort those out in such a short amount of time? I mean,
look, Kenny gets blood work done.
Changing diet and supplements like with just a few days, like it's not going to turn around like that.
No, Kenny gets blood work done all the time. Okay, like this isn't anything new. It's just, I feel like something's wrong. I'm fatigued, which what it probably honestly is. And again, I don't know. Never talked to anybody, and he'll probably hear this and not want to talk to me or call me a fucking idiot. Also, it's probably something related to Epstein-Barr, or what was the other one that Marchbanks had? Hutchinson's disease or something like that, which is a fatigue issue. And like Epstein-Barr, once you have that, like it doesn't go away. It just subsides. It's kind of like herpes, man. It just, you don't have a breakout, essentially. So probably what it is he probably had Epstein-Barr at some point. And between that and 27 surgeries on your arm and everything else, dude, yeah, I'm sorry, your body's just tore the fuck up, which is fine. Your immune system's fucked. Like, I understand. And it's cool that we get to see you do what you do when you do it.
Yeah.
You know, but I also understand this. And like for everybody who's out there saying like, oh, you just excuse or cry or whatever, or he's just being honest. And like, that's all we ask from these guys is to be honest. Yeah. And so he's just being honest of like, look, dude, this flares up. It flared up.
I think it's definitely more of an honesty thing than an excuse-making thing. I think he's just telling us more than everybody else is willing to say.
I think it is too. So, but he goes 5-5 for fifth, and okay, cool. That's kind of right in that range of where I expect him to be. But he's also one of those that like he could yank a whole shot and win one of these, and it would not. I'd be in the same spot of being like, yeah, so he went 1-5. All right.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't surprise me. Yep. So.
I hope to see it. I hope it happens.
I would too. Every year when he wins a race or gets close to winning a race, I love seeing it.
Always loved Kenny.
Yep. Justin Cooper goes 7-4 for sixth. Okay, this is right where I think Justin Cooper should be.
Ripped good start.
Ripped good starts. This is a very Justin Cooper-esque ride. That hot lap he put in.
Yeah.
Fastest qualifier.
Yeah.
Sneaky good.
Dude, he's crazy good at qualifying.
He is,
once he sorts everything else out, I don't know what it is, but once he gets that sorted, he's going to be a tough one to deal with.
Do you think he'll get it sorted, though? Because we saw this in the 250s, his entire 250 career, too, where all of a sudden he'd be fastest or whatever, and then he'd win a race, but most of the time he was just on the podium or whatever. I think he's just like a Dungey 2.0, and like he'll be very opportunistic. Yeah. And what I mean by that is he'll win 450 races at some point. He will win one, two, whatever. He'll be right there in championship battles. I think that'll be a thing too. But do I actually see him doing titles and stuff? Probably not, but that's the era he's falling into. Like Dungey got lucky that RV retired and Stu retired, and then there was kind of like this lull here. So he could, because he won the 100%. First one because RV got hurt his rookie year.
Yep.
That's why he won 2010 or whatever. And then obviously didn't really win a whole bunch more titles until the end after RV retired, and then he's starting to crack them off because you have Eli who had inconsistencies at that point. So I think he's going to be in that same realm, but I just don't know that he wins that many titles.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
But still hell of a rider, and we'll still continue to get rides year after year after year after year.
Always.
Here. Malcolm goes 8-7 for seventh.
Malcolm.
Okay.
It's Malcolm.
Very Stu-ish ride. He's doing all the laps this year.
Yeah.
I
just like seeing him out there.
Yep.
I love watching the hair flow.
The dreads just float out the back. It's cool. It is cool. Rough for him on that practice crash, though. I mean, just got his wheel chopped.
It was bad luck, yeah. And he almost saved it. Like, he grabbed a handful of front brake and rode that front wheel for a second, but it had death wobble, and there's
nothing you could do.
Saving that.
AP goes 6-11 for eighth. No surprise there. Rough because he got caught up. He got the worst end of that.
Yeah.
Stu, practice start there.
Did you hear what hurt on him after that? Yeah,
no idea.
There was not a lot of information.
I'm sure the comments will be full telling me how stupid we fucking are, and that this is what it was, and it was posted here, some dumb shit like that. So bring it on.
I'll read them.
Yeah. Colt Nichols goes 10-10 for ninth. Okay.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's good for Colt. So, coming out of the LCQ.
New bike.
Yeah. So, that's not bad. Webb goes 14.8 for 10th. Docked in that first moto. Bro, you can't skip half the track, Coop.
What?
Dude, I don't know, man.
I mean, why would you even think you would get away with that? Maybe he just didn't give a shit.
Probably. Look.
I want to hear. They need an interview with him.
I'll be real honest. These are not Cooper Webb style tracks.
That's true.
I don't expect him to ever be an SMX guy.
He's a supercross guy.
He is. He likes that tight technical stuff. And he's not an outdoor dude. He's not an SMX guy.
It's true.
So he's here. He's doing it because like the paycheck will be nice at the end. But, that's pretty much it. Dylan goes 11-12 for 11th.
Never even saw him on the broadcast.
Nope. Marshall Welton, Michigan's own, goes 13-14 for 12th. Got hit in the nuts with a rock, one of the motos.
Oh.
Took a lap and a half to, I think it was first moto, took a lap and a half to ride that out, he said. And then second moto, him and the guys at FXR were trying to figure out what to do. So they put 2 maxi pads in front of it.
Are you serious? Oh my god!
Trying to protect it. He's like, dude, all the pants are so thin nowadays. He's like, it just takes a little rock, and you're like, oh, and it's like a guaranteed half a lap recovery from it. And I'm like, yeah, he's not wrong.
I probably have pulled off.
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
Maybe,
dude. But that's awesome. Like, look at this field.
Yeah, and he's 12th.
That's incredible.
On a
you should be proud,
Yamaha.
Marsh.
Yeah, he should. That's fucking great.
That's amazing.
Shane, 15-13 for 13th. Okay.
It's about normal,
yeah,
that's what I'd expect.
Shane. Craig goes 29 for 14th. He had a crash the first one.
Oh,
Ramsey was saying he had a crash and there was something else.
Paige posted something about took a foot peg to the head, like he got almost kind of run over or clipped, and
yeah, so that's rough.
But the second moto was good.
He'll be better on that star bike next year. Freddie goes 12-18 for 15th. Grant Harlan goes 16-15 for 16th. Jerry Robin 18-16 for 17th. Harry Koulis 17-17 for 18th. Dino goes 19-19 for 19th. Chiz is 21-20 for 20th. Phil goes 9 DNF for 21st. And Justin Hill goes 22 DNF for 22nd. Phil, I think his shock blew out.
I was wondering.
That was what I heard. They were trying to figure it out in post-race interviews, Steve was, and I heard that somebody saw him go ass over tea kettle and then get up and go to get on the bike, and the bike was just like boing, boing, boing as he was trying to get on it. So, yeah. So, I think he blew the shock out. So, poor Phil.
Yeah.
Poor Phil. So,
because he was riding really good, and I wanted to see him close this career out with some good results.
Yeah. Yeah. So... All right, and that's been your 450 race recap brought to you by our friends at Gutterworks.
Did you hear? I think RC and Bubba were drinking together before the broadcast this time.
Why would they say?
I wrote down a couple of things. RC called Chase Section, and then Bubba said lackadaisious instead of lackadaisical, I believe is how it's pronounced. I was like, bro, what are you guys even doing?
Look, okay.
I'm not saying I could do better, so don't flame me in the comments. I'm just saying it.
No one will flame you because the internet flames them. But I'm going to say, as being a guy that sits here for 3 hours, not doing live TV and trying to do this stuff, there are certain things that, like, there's weird things at times that your brain just fades out. And you just, like, forget what you're saying, what you're talking about. You're talking so fast you mispronounce something. And, like, with TV, I do understand. They have earpieces in. The TV guys, the behind-the-scenes guys, are literally in their ears like, hey, we're going to break in 3, 2. So you have to conversate what you're saying out loud while listening to
I agree. I'm not saying it's easy.
I don't know if I could do it, man. It's wild. So, like, I'm not going to be too critical on those guys for mispronouncing some stuff.
I thought it was more funny than anything.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's always funny when you hear that. And I'm sure they sit there and they go, same thing I do. You fucking idiot. And I do it to podcast people too. Like, I'll be sitting there listening to somebody talk about something that I know about, and I'm like literally saying what they're like, because I'm like, brain fade. I feel your pain, brother. Like, I know exactly what it's like, because when you do it as much as we do, you have all the information, but sometimes the brain, I mean, there are times that I can't think of names on it. This afternoon, I brain faded my kid's name when talking to Ashley.
Oh boy.
Literally, and she was like looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? And I was like, I'm like, dude, I'm blanking on the kid's name right now.
What?
She's like, what? And I'm like, sorry.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
It happens. It happens. Look,
Yeah,
it happens,
hey.
okay? And like I said, when you do as much talking and broadcasting and podcasting, all that shit that all of us do, sometimes things just fade away, dude.
I get it.
So, all right. So let's get into